Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another makeup rehab update where I'm talking to you guys all about the makeup that I used up in the month of March. I'm talking to you about the products that I purchased in March, and then we'll go over how everything relates to my goals for my makeup rehab low buy year. So if you guys are interested in seeing what makeup I used up this month, what I bought, and talking a little bit about makeup goals, then stay tuned. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider doing so before you go. I post videos every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday with bonus videos sprinkled in here and there when I have my shit together and get videos like really pre-recorded and things like that. But anyway, this was a bit of a rough month for me, and I said in February that I was hoping to not buy anything this month, which definitely did not happen. The Ulta 21 Days of Beauty crushed my my low buy. It just crushed my low buy. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about it, and then let's get started. Okay, a couple things to go over first. First, I tried the L'Oreal, I think it's called the Sublime Tanning Lotion Gel, and definitely won't be trying that one again. So if you guys are noticing some splotchiness up here, please ignore. Second, this was a really rough one for me. My low buy budget is $125 per month for me, which I know still probably sounds high to a lot of you. That would mean I would spend over $1,000 in a calendar year, but I do have a YouTube channel and I want to be able to not limit myself so much that I can't purchase new things to review on my channel for you guys. So $125 per month is a comfortable amount for me personally in my budget. Like, that's a comfortable budget for me each month. So I just wanted to cover those ground rules first and to let you know that yes, this was a really rough one for me. I definitely went over budget this month. Again, the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty really crushed it for me. So let's first start with the makeup that I did use up. I ended up using up over $83 worth of makeup this month. $83.85 to be exact. Now, my goal is to use up over $1,200 worth of makeup throughout a calendar year. I don't have where I currently am at, but I know I'm not quite on track to do $1,200. However, some higher value things, like some of my higher priced foundations, I'm slowly working my way through. So I'm still confident I can use up over $1,200 worth of makeup in 2019. But let's get into what I used up this month. So it is time to say goodbye to two of my Essence mascaras. These have been open for like 4.5 months now. I have the Lash Princess in False Lash Effect, which is the green one, which tends to be people's favorite, and then I also have the volume one, which is the pink one, which is my personal favorite. Now, I am really trying to not purchase any mascara this year just because I always tend to get mascaras as samples or in BoxyCharms, things like that. So I'm seeing if I can go the whole year without buying a mascara, and so far we're so good on that, and I still have quite a few mascaras in my inventory. I do have a makeup inventory video that I posted in January. If you guys are interested in seeing my inventory numbers, I'll post an update in June, and then we'll probably have some decluttering to do to try and whittle myself down to my goal numbers. But I did use up these two mascaras. I also used up, I personally count chapstick / balms in what I used up because I am choosing to use that over like a fresh lip balm or something like that. I'm counting balms. But this is the Chapstick Total Hydration Vitamin Enriched Lip Night Serum. I actually really did enjoy this. I liked the scent of this, and this was super hydrating on the lips. I actually didn't use this as a night serum. I use this throughout the day. I work retail and I get super dry lips, and this really helped. I would definitely consider repurchasing this again. It was $6.99, so a little bit more expensive for like a drugstore balm type of thing, but I did really enjoy it. I also finished up my Essence Make Me Brow. This is just like a tinted brow gel. Really like this. Super affordable. This is $2.99. Would definitely recommend. Spoiler alert if you're following along with my project pan since my update, I did finish off my Becca First Light Priming Filter. It doesn't necessarily look like it, but when I used this morning, I literally scraped at the sides to try and get as much out of this as I can, and I cannot get enough out for another use, so I'm perfectly comfortable calling it good on this. Really excited to have finally used this up. I do currently have a Becca backlight that I want to get through and tons of other primers. I enjoyed this primer. I did purchase it during the last year's Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I'm happy that I got it at a discount. Again, I like the primer, but it's not my favorite, so I don't know if I'd even repurchase it again if it was on sale, just because I would rather use some of my favorite primers, but I could see why people would really enjoy this primer. It does really help with the longevity of wear, and it doesn't give too much of a luminosity that it looks fake, but it gives you just a little bit of a glow. So I can see why people would like this, but for me it's just not a favorite. Okay, so I use these 2 samples, and with samples I take the price of the regular. So like for example, this MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base, a regular ounce of this costs $31, and this is 0.2 ounces. So I do like what the retail value of 0.2 ounces would be. So I did use up this MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base, which I actually really did enjoy. This kind of caught me by surprise. I don't necessarily know that I'll purchase the full size, again, just because I have so many primers that I'm trying to get through and I have other favorites. But this little guy would technically be $6.20 worth of product. And then I also used up these Glow Drops by Eddie Funkhauser, and I believe this would retail for $1.70. These did not impress me at all personally, so happy to get those out of my collection. And then finally, I did finish up a L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. I felt like this is dried out pretty much. I don't get that much foundation with each use. This was my second one of these, and I used to really enjoy the Lumi Cushion, especially in the summertime, because it's easy to take with you on the go and touch up. But I wasn't the biggest fan of this the second time I went through this, so I don't foresee myself repurchasing this, especially since I am trying to whittle down my foundation collection, but I'm always like excited to try new ones. So I just don't feel like I have a place for this guy in my collection anymore. Again, I could understand why people would like this. Again, it's easy to take with you on the go and touch up, but for me personally, I will not be repurchasing at least anytime in the near future. Okay, now on to what I purchased in March. There are a couple items that I'm still waiting to be shipped to me, which I will get to, but I'll show you everything that I currently have. So we started the month with the ABH Riviera release, and I did tell myself this year I was going to limit myself to purchase only 5 palettes. So this was the first palette that I purchased this year, and I'm really happy that I did decide to purchase this one because this is super unique. Unlike any of the other palettes in my collection, there are shades in here that I definitely do not have in my collection. Plus I love ABH, I love her palettes, I love her formula. So it's almost like I'm an ABH palette collector, so I knew I had to get this. This was $42, and then with that she also released a dewy setting mist, and it's really hard for me to say no to dewy setting mists. And the day that I went online to purchase the palette, I was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on this. I was like, you really don't need this. Even though my setting spray collection isn't like that big, I was like, girl, you really don't need this. But it was a game time decision, and this ended up in my cart when I pressed pay. So I do have this as my setting spray today. I really do enjoy this, and I'm really happy that I purchased it. I would definitely, as of right now, I would definitely as of right now, I would definitely repurchase when I get through this. I think I'm going to really love this during the summertime. I feel like you probably could go overboard with this if you did like layers and layers of this, but I don't feel like you can reach the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Like with that, you can easily go overboard. With this, it's like a little bit more safe. So I really like this. I like the scent of this. It's a coconut and vanilla scent. I think it is super, super nice. So I am really happy that I decided to pick this up as well. This was $26. All right, guys, and then next up, Ulta 21 Days of Beauty started. And this was one that when I saw everything that was coming out, I wasn't originally planning to pick up, but then I heard so many people saying it was such a good palette and it was a really good price, so I did end up picking up the Smashbox Cali Contour palette, and I'm actually really excited about this. This was $19, and it comes with, I think I'm gonna do like a full face testing, like all the new makeup that I got coming up here, just because I do feel like I have enough that I can do that. But you get a bronzer and a contour shade, you get a setting shade, and then you get 2 highlights and a blush, and it just looks so beautiful, and I feel like I can get a lot of use out of this. I feel like this will be a really nice one to go traveling with. I feel like I can get use out of every single shade in this palette, so I felt like for $19 I just could not really resist. And then I did want to get free shipping, and I'm actually proud of myself. I was going to pick up 2 of the Persona matte liquid lipsticks, but I only picked 1 up. This one is in the shade OG, which I have already tried already, and I do really like this formula. I hear tons of people rave about it, and I do get the hype. It's a super comfortable formula, and I'm not gonna lie, Before the sale's over, I really kind of want to pick up her other two, but I'm trying to be strong. We'll see if that happens. But I did end up picking that up. This cost me, I believe, $11. Okay, then on to more Ulta 21 Days of Beauty stuff. The MAC Prep and Prime sprays, the scented ones, were on sale, and for some reason, I really felt I had to have these. Two of them, in fact. I picked one up in coconut, and I'm not gonna lie, this smells the exact same as the ABH Dewy spray. And then I picked up the lavender one as well. I also picked up another one for an upcoming giveaway, you guys. But I picked the lavender one up as well. I haven't smelled this one yet, but I've been really into lavender scented things. These together, it was $13.50 a piece, or $27 total. I love MAC Fix Plus, and I know I'm always going to have it in my collection. Now I just want to be better this year about having backups. Although, are they really backups if they're like different scents? Anyway, I absolutely did not need these, but whoopsies. Okay, and then also I did pick up, these are the things that I don't have yet. I picked up the Smashbox Primerizer because that is one of my absolute favorite primers. I picked that up for, I believe it was $21. And then I also, with that order, picked up the Persona Cosmetics Zuma Highlighter because I've been wanting to try that for a really long time. And I believe, what did I get that one for? $12. So I paid $12 for that. I've heard nothing but good things about that, so I'm really excited to get those two things in my hands. But my purchases don't stop there, unfortunately. Whoopsies. I ended up entering the most dangerous place ever, Sephora, because I went to return a skincare item, and I like swatched the Milk Hydro Blur primer, or whatever this is called, grip primer. I swatched it and it felt so interesting that I felt the need to have to try it. So I did just pick up the mini. This was $15 as opposed to, I don't know what the full size is. I have not tried this actually on my face yet, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited to try this. And I feel like I've heard pretty good reviews on this so far, so excited to give that a try. And then this has been on my loves list, and of course it had to be in the store, and you know, then you can swatch it and then you know how cool it is. So this is the limited edition Pat McGrath's Eye Ecstasy Kit, which comes with a 6-pan eyeshadow palette. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this looks so freaking cool. The shadows in it swatch absolutely beautifully, and then it also comes with a mini Fetish Eyes mascara, which I don't really care about, but it also comes with one of her Angel Dust Crystalline Prismatic pigments. I don't feel like opening this right now because sequins are gonna get everywhere. Again, I do want to do like a testing new makeup, and I definitely intend to use this palette in that. But this also means that I have now purchased 2 of the 5 palettes I promised myself I would stay limited to this year, which is a little concerning, but we're just gonna roll with it. So I ended up spending a whopping $221 in the month of March. Yikes. So I have my previous months here as well. So in previous months I've used up $75 and oh, I do have my used numbers. Okay, so in January I used up $75.80 worth of product. In February I used up $25.40 worth of product, and then again in March I used up $83.85 worth of product, which puts me at a whopping $185.05, leaving me with a whopping $1,014.95 worth of product left to use up to hit my goal of $1,200. And okay, as far as money spent this year, this month I spent $221. In January I spent $93, and then in February I spent $43.20, putting me at $357.20 on a goal of $375, meaning I'm still like a little bit under budget because I saved enough the last couple of months, meaning I am technically still $17.80 under my annual budget. If you consider, I did tell myself, like, if I didn't spend the $125 one month, I could roll in whatever I didn't spend. So I'm still slightly under budget, which is super exciting for me. Anyway, you guys, definitely leave me a comment down below letting me know what items you picked up this month, or maybe you were really good and you spent zero. I'm really proud of you if that's the case. Other than that, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do so before you go, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.